2036 Origin Unknown. You wanted to talk about it. This is We Got Your Mail. Hey guys, okay, so I got a lot of traffic, a lot of comments, a lot of questions, a lot of people always talking about this one movie. And I was surprised about it. This movie came out last summer, the summer of 2018, June. I barely caught up to it on like November, December, I believe. And I did a video review on it, and oh my God, all of you guys are really, really passionate about this movie. A lot of positive things are said about it. Now, more of it was negative, so let me just be honest. So, and I really didn't give it all that good of a praise too. The thing that I liked about this movie is that it made me think. So, let's just go into it. Let's talk about this movie, and I want to share everything that came across on my YouTube channel. So, I'm going to run down every comment that came in, and I'm going to answer it. So, let's get started right here, and let me make some adjustments to the viewing. All right. So let's start with the pinned one. All right. This came in 2 weeks ago today. Let's see, from Luke 1017. Oh my God, Luke, you wrote a lot. Okay. I noticed anyone saying it was a terrible movie seemed to think it didn't make sense and was boring. I, on the other hand, have a very high IQ and understand the whole thing. LOL jokes. Aside, this movie is definitely for people who like to walk away with their brains running at the million miles per hour. I thought it was very interesting, but it took me like 20 minutes after to realize to really think and decide what I thought everything meant. So I will now try to explain it. Please correct me. And thanks. Have a good day. Okay. Woo! All right. That's from Luke. Now, Luke wrote a mouthful. Okay. So, Luke got a couple of replies. Now, okay, that was one from me. That was just me. Okay. So, he got a like. He got a couple of likes. He got me. I said, I think you nailed it. I used this on my next We Got Your Mail episode. Please become a subscriber. That's what was me saying. That was me shouting him out saying, okay, I'm going to talk about this. And like I said, man, I think you nailed it. You did. You pretty much hit the nail on the head of what the whole movie was about. So if anybody who just heard me read that whole thing out, you probably were spoiled on everything. But I probably ran. Oh, that was such a long comment that you probably zoned out and whatnot. The movie was very complex, and let's break down what you said about an alien life form. Okay, obviously it was an alien life form. Are we talking about an alien life form it's immortal? Are we talking about these AIs that have found a way to merge bio life and artificial life and whatnot? It's all the same thing since we're all made up of the same material. There's no real difference between organisms and mechanical organism. Besides the fact that we tend to know that we can feel feelings and whatnot, but well, but in the basic, I don't know. The whole thing about what is life and all that stuff. So you have organic organisms who were created from what we perceive as natural in nature. You know, mommy and a daddy and all that stuff, or evolution and all that. Not just a thing made another thing using parts and electricity, and that thing now thinks it's smarter than us and became Skynet and destroyed us all. Well, if you think about it, it's all the same thing, right? A mommy and a daddy that's a thing and another thing coming together to make another thing, a baby. They got the parts. They use the tool, like he said in the Ghostbusters. We got the tools and we got the talent. Some people don't have as much talent as others, but is it basically the same thing? What's the difference between a male and a female organism coming together and manufacturing a baby or some offspring versus a factory putting together some parts and stuff? And then we get into the whole thing about, well, is it different because it has a soul and this and that? And look, if it's about alien life, and we're probably assuming that these things are machines, are probably machines, they probably evolved beyond that. These are probably machines that can create life organically and manufacturally too. I mean, these aliens have probably evolved so high that they're probably electric or digital, whatever. You know, they're probably sound waves for all we know. Right? They use thought to create stuff, and they can just with a thought. And when you're that high of an evolved, if you're like a living star or a living planet or whatever, and you're just sending these cubes out and stuff, looking for some organic life or AI life or organic life to create AI life to, bring the knowledge and stuff, bring it back to the source, right? You got to imagine that if the system that's in place for that this whole universal factory that's making these cubes and the CEO or whatever that's sitting up on that, if that thing or something like it was to be real, whether it was created by the Big Bang, created itself technically, or started off as an organic life and then evolved into an AI and became immortal that way and whatnot, or is using now it's so evolved it's like it's an electric thing, or it's a living star, something like that. That's got to be the closest thing, and if you're an atheist, that's got to be the closest thing in the world to a God. Okay, that is God. I mean, you got to imagine that the thing that we would perceive. I mean, like you said, you can't. Even the Bible says you can't look at them and all that. It's got to be something so advanced that knows everything. Science. You think everything about physics, science, everything that you can think of. You ain't gonna stump them with 2 + 2. You ain't gonna stump this thing at all. So, but here on this planet, oh my goodness. If it isn't some, white bearded dude sitting on a cloud, then it ain't what we were writing about. Or is it? Think about it. What if that's exactly what the people that we're talking to and all this stuff, all those centuries and whatnot, from the beginning of human evolution and the rise to our technology to what if this was the point? This movie can take you down a wormhole of too many questions. That's the beautiful thing about this movie. And I keep telling myself, whether or not it was, maybe 90% of people who saw it hated it. But if a year later, you're having 3,000 plus views on my channel, still talking about this thing, and every now and then some more people pop up, I just saw this. That's a success. I don't care how much you hated this movie. Netflix is looking at that as, that's a success. We're not going to make another one, mate. We're probably not going to make another one, but that's a hit. No matter how you feel about it. Look at that movie, The Room. I mean, come on. All right, let's move on to the next guy. All right, Bob Belson. I got a lot, I think, from Bob Belson. I think he did a lot of comments and stuff. I'm going to have to, let me break this down. Yeah, he commented to me a couple of times. He said, by the way, for answer, Mac died and Artie recreated her for the purpose of traveling to unknown origin to meet the alien species that sent the cube. He not only recreated her with Android tech, he enhanced her using magnetic pulse technology from the alien cube. It apparently took him a long time to recreate her, as he tells her this. He intimates that he took the best of humans archetypes to recreate her as well. He noticed that her and many others shared his quest for knowledge, etc., that many others of the species lack, and he clearly used this as a guide. Therefore, in the end, the enhanced human that was Mac had all the best qualities of humans without the fragile makeup, and travel with Artie to AI to meet those from the galaxy that sent the hyperlinked cube. A deep plot and well acted. The Martian shots really covered the bleakness of alien landscapes. Yeah, it did. You know what? Yeah, and it did. I agree with that. Now that's pretty much recapping what the other guy said. But my boy Bob Belson here kind of condensed it and cut that in half. And I responded with some crazy stuff. I said, "Oh, I really, I've been telling people it's a direct sequel to Bird Box, where in the end we take the fight to them." So that was my comment back to him, and he responds back, "Should I reread this thread several times to see why?" Probably, because I mean, think about it. Think about it. The Bird Box monsters that come to Earth, you know, and they must have came from wherever this cube came from. You came in and you destroyed Earth. That's how you destroyed Earth, right? With bringing the Bird Box stuff, right? So now we found out where these monsters really came from. They came from wherever these cubes came from. Now it's Bird Box 2. We're taking the fight to them. I don't know. I'm just trying to, you know, let's get this Netflix cinematic universe happening right here. And somebody responded to Bob. Bob, you nailed it. That's from Mr. W. Kelly, 1974. Bob Belson, you nailed it. So give him a like for that. Boop, boop. And let's keep talking, guys. XIGEHD, he writes over a month ago. Please get a better mic. Oh, dude, I'm trying. I'm trying. Look, okay, that's what I got, man. Oh, man, maybe I wasn't just. I don't know. Maybe I'm not talking loud enough. Maybe I'm just. The sound was okay. You know what? Screw it. I'm getting defensive. You're right. Look, you're right. I got it. All right. I like my mic. It's the best mic I've ever had so far. But it's time to let you go. You're not fulfilling my needs, and you're pissing them off. So we're gonna fix this. Thank you. How? Wait. Oh, I mean, me and him went back and forth. I will. I told him I will, but it's this. I finally realized like volume's too low, and he goes, "It's fine." Like he patronizes me. He goes, "It's fine." I still watch the video, barely. But boy, you need to get a better mic. It's just hard to hear that. Thank you. Keep it up. He says, "Keep it up." Thank you, bro. I will. He really laid into me on that one, man. He said, "Dude, I suffered through your stupid video." And then the next guy, Flux, he had my back. He said, "I can hear him just fine. Maybe you should get a hearing aid." Hey, Flux. Hey, stop that. No fighting now. Now, we ain't gonna do that. We not doing that here. We not doing that. Get him. And then he claps back. I don't even know how I want to read this. Why you guys fight? We're talking about 2036 Origin Unknown. You guys want to start a beef on the channel? Gonna hit that like button. I'm gonna hit that for y'all. All y'all get likes. All y'all get it. In Elf, it's hard to hear him on this video. Shit, not all of us have Mickey Mouse ears. Dude, IG, hey, stop it. Y'all both stop it. I'm squashing this beef right now. I'm squashing this. Flux, IG, this is over. We sticking to the topic here. All right, we're moving on. The next one says, Andres Mendoza says, "I felt the same way as you did. I was confused at the end. LMAO. Laughing my ass off. Man, that's Testify. I rewound that movie I rewound this movie so many times out of just sitting back going, like, what is happening? I don't feel like I'm in a safe space anymore. I feel like I've been taken advantage of, and I don't like that, and I think we need to, so, I don't know, it was just that, it was just me, I'm stupid, so it went over my head, man. I had to rewind it a couple times. What is it? What is that about my mama? And then Flux chimes in on that one. The part where the oxygen was depleting from the room was dumb. You don't start choking and taking short breaths when you're running out of oxygen. You take deep breaths. You got a lot of experience with suffocating people there, Flux. IG, you better watch your back. Watch your back, because Flex coming for you. All of a sudden, IG be sending a comment, and Chris, here's some suggestions for microphones. Fuck you, Flex. Get some back. No, hey, stop it. Stop it. We don't need y'all to keep that beef going. Sydney P. She writes over a month ago, and there's a couple of replies. I think me and her went back and forth. Interesting that no review talks about these facts. Oh, man. Don't you just love it when somebody just starts a conversation off like something like that? Imagine if I went into a political rally, like let's say the current president was having a rally, right? And I just went up there and just grabbed the mic. First off, I just want to say the last president was awesome, and all you people who are voting against your own self-interest should all burn in HE double hockey sticks. Now that I've laid that out, let's come together and talk about solutions, idiot. I mean, come on. They would have the right to kick my butt, literally, and then out of the building. I deserve this. I deserve this. Because that's not how you start a conversation with people you're trying to get on your side. Let's see what else Sydney said. Interesting that no review talks about these facts. And I probably ad-libbed into her. She probably doesn't even mean it like this. I'm just being mean. She never overreacted when Artie blew up an unknown satellite. She didn't really react when Artie killed the man in the small giveaway when Max said, you dropped the world, when giving her that ball back. Plus, they never left the building, so it was a Turing test, probably what you mean, the whole time. It was just kind of boring. I said, so you said to me it was all a dream? It was all a dream. She goes, not at all. I'm saying she was inside the cube the whole time. That part I haven't gotten to yet. I'm saying she was inside the cube the whole time. Now that goes into what I was thinking, like, where are they? That was part of the reasons why I had to rewind it so many times. Because it said we're here on Mars. We said we're here on this remote base here on Earth, an unknown location. She's outside, but she's outside looking up, doing this and doing that. Maybe this was her being created the whole time by the cube. Maybe. You probably nailed it. You probably nailed it, Sydney. So stop voting against your own interests and let's start talking solution. I'm saying who we were watching wasn't a human, but an android built in her image. Do you think I'm off base? No, I don't. You probably nailed the whole thing. I think you got it. That answers a lot of questions. Sydney, you need to be on this show on We Got Your Mail, and you need to be telling all of these viewers the truth. I know I'm sounding like I'm being sarcastic because everything I'm saying sounds like a question, but I'm actually being for real. And what you should do when you're on this show is when you read out a mail, I want you to do it just like this and make viewers who think they figured it out learn the truth. Quit voting against your own interests, hit the subscribe button, and talk through the movies and the medias here on this channel. Okay, now that we've gotten that clear, let's move on to the next question. Thanks, Sydney. That was actually, you blew my mind on that one. You probably nailed it. There's no reason to go on any further, guys. Sydney figured it out. Mario Williams co-signed on it and said, That's a very interesting take. I just finished watching it, so I'm kind of letting the whole thing swirl around in my head a bit. Your theory about her being in the queue the whole time would be the ultimate mind fuck. So then all those memories she had were just implanted, and did she and Artie really destroy human civilization? I think he did. I think he did. And that was the part of the movie, Mario Williams, that I had a problem with. That I felt like, okay, they're on a path to destroy themselves anyway, so I just sped the process up. You don't know that. That's the problem with computers. They'll go, I'm making that. This is it. You're going to destroy yourselves anyway. Eventually, it's inevitable. It's not over unless the fat lady's saying. And if it doesn't matter, then let us destroy ourselves. Why do you get to push the button? We're slowly killing ourselves anyway. I said, well, I got crack on I'm killing. And then some dude goes, dude, let's speed this up. Pow! That's murder. That's murder. Because you don't know if one day my mom would have came out, Chris, oh my God, I'm so disappointed in you. And I'm like that black guy on that revolver. One last time, and then I'm clean. You don't know. You don't know. A person can change their life and change, and we can change for the better. You ended it off on human is fucked, and you just killed us. Man, I got kids, man. And Sydney goes back and responds, yes, Mario. The way I interpreted the movie, it seemed logical to gather that they had gone through many trials and errors of the android. I already said I've been waiting for you for a long time. But the whole movie we saw, if she was the android the whole time, then I guess it doesn't take long. But your theory makes sense if it doesn't take him that long to make a person. He indicated that it takes a while. But then again, I guess so. So at the same time, how many simulations did he get? The people that built the cube, they're sitting there going, dude, where the hell is Artie? It's been like 3 billion years. It's probably like a month to these guys, right? Like, it's been 3 billion years. This guy never showing up? What the hell? We've already got like 98% of the cube. Way to go, Earth. Way to go. Now, boy, if this was real, Earth is going to be late. Party started at 9 o'clock. Earth going to be late. These humans, man. These humans. Oh, just weird. But she died. We watched her and then she died. Unless it doesn't take them that long, or if it does take them that long, you just made a whole new one and we're starting all over. Now it's perfect. Well, how do we know it's perfect? How do we know? She just woke up. What simulation did she go through? She just woke up and she goes, and already goes, now I got it. But you didn't run a simulation on this one, though. You didn't run anything on this one. She just woke up. And then the last person, or the real person, or maybe the first Mac, was like, we left that message. Or maybe that message was from the last one. Maybe that message is always the same because it's from the original person. Or maybe it's always different. And if that's the case, and we're talking in a way, we're talking about kind of like time travel in a way, not really, but in a way. And that one that was good enough to take to the source, we didn't even run anything on it. She could go up there and like, Artie could be playing in the takeover, and now humans run this. We don't know. 2037 origin known. Let's find out. They're not gonna make it. Saul Rubius, I'm sorry if I missed your name, he co-signs on it. That is a pretty interesting interpretation of the movie. And he laughs. What the heck was so funny? I think she might have nailed it. But then again, what I just said a second ago, maybe there's some, you know what? Let's ask the writer. They know. What if they don't know? I don't know. I was writing some shit. Netflix said yes, they gave me the money and I left. Joseph Nichols says, I love Katie Sackhoff. I do too. She is aging well. That is so I don't think she would appreciate you saying that. That's like, thanks? Is that all I do for you? I age well for you? I did some fine wine for you all of a sudden? You think you're going to get a sip? You think you're going to get a sip? Maybe she doesn't even act like that. She's aging very well. But this movie was not good. I felt the movie was originally twice as long, but half of it was left out. I could not really follow what was happening. It was trying to be 2001, but it just did not work. When it was over, I was thinking, WTF, did I just watch? What the was that? You rewound it though, didn't you? A couple of times. I co-signed. I co-signed. That's what I'm gonna call it from now on. I co-signed on that, and I said I was lost until I kept rewinding it over and over again. I forgot to mention. Bob Belson comes back with a co-sign. The movie was great. It was deep for you, like a 2001 Odyssey movie. It will become well liked over time and more popular. Joseph Nichols claps back. Always loved 2001. I thought 2010 was a good movie. 2001 was a good movie, but the book was better. That almost always happens with movie adaptations of book. As far as origins unknown, it was trying to get the audience to buy into something deep. So as to ignore the shortcomings of the actual production, IMHO, the production was read more. Oh my goodness, don't write a book. Was disjointed. Let me just fast forward to the end. Oh, and the more fleshed out world built around it, and opposed to 90% one person in one room. Yeah. Okay. Bob co-signs again. I believe budget was a concern. They were able to do much good using do such good visual effects because they did not have to pay for multiple actors and multiple location shots. There you go. Afro Cerebral writes 4 weeks ago, when I got high and watched this movie, I thought perfect movie for Mystery Science Theater, an awkward mix of science fiction tropes, profoundly dumb contradictions, and rush pacing. Wow, I'm going to stop there, man, because you really hammered it in. Yeah. Bob co-signs on that, but boy, Bob is all over this, man. Wow, how cynical. Robert Ebert reborn. I'm gonna leave it at that, man. Y'all can go and find. Y'all can go read whatever the rest of these said. There you go. Y'all can read the rest. Joseph Nichols claps back. Yes, it might have made sense, but it was like they tried to fit 600 pages novel into an hour and 15-minute show. Bob claps back. Yes, much like 2001, where it was choppy and forced. I've never seen 2001, so I can't co-sign on this one. Afro claps back. Bob Belson, the OG Star Wars trilogy is so close to my heart. Not that it's relevant to our divergence impression of 2036. I'm not reading all that. That's just too much, dude. Y'all can read all that. He wrote a novel. I'm going to skip to the end. Simulated reality is a popular idea, especially currently, but it was shooting just prior to roll credits. Bob claps back. Interesting thoughts, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Y'all went back and forth on that one. 1 month ago, I got a message from a LV426 Devasher. They write, had to find some other opinions about this movie. I watched about 15 minutes and fell asleep. Then I watched another 15 minutes and couldn't take it anymore. Very dull movie. Very dull. Like I said, I wasn't dull to the point where I wanted to give up on it, but it was the pacing of it was like, where is this going? It made me ask that question too many times to the point where it took a while for me to finish it. Brian Taylor goes off and he writes, 32 minutes in, I didn't know what was going on and didn't care. I said, did you finish the movie though? Did you finish? No, that's what she says. Did you finish? You know, you don't want to leave her unsatisfied. Come on. And he says, nope. I just wasn't interested, dude. Didn't I just say, how many times I tell you? How many times I tell you? How many times? I used to have coworkers that said that. How many times I tell you? How many times? Chris, how many times? They come in and they don't finish. I didn't finish it. As many times I tell you. The sisters' pretty tropey sibling rivalry, and the lead actress is holding her breath and exhaling every time some critical function started and ended, just felt unrealistic. She did, and she. My girl Sydney needs to probably read this email off to you. Like, look, just because you didn't understand, you were sitting on Afro. Y'all need to all get to a room together. Look, first, before we begin this talk session through talking through the medias, I want to see. She would just destroy you guys. Character exposition was almost non-existent. No, okay, man. You couldn't take it anymore. You're like, that's it. I'm out. And you listen to that Netflix logo for something else. Da-dum. First, Artie ruined the Stern show, and then this. What? Was he on the Stern? Was he on Howard Stern? Yeah, you gotta explain that one to me. South Rules. You gotta explain that one to me. That was 2 weeks ago. Mr. X writes a month ago, so the cop found out Internal Affairs was setting them up? And then somebody responds to Watchtower Reviews says, what are you talking about? There was nothing like that in there. Yeah, there was. That dude was kind of like an Internal Affairs, the black guy. Yeah. Yeah, there was. You gotta watch. I'm gonna tell this dude right now. Well, no, I'll catch you guys up later. I don't want to do it right now while I'm recording. Next one, Sky Phantom 29 says, this was the dumbest and slowest Skynet story ever. The camera work was a kid's kaleidoscope meets Interstellar, and the plot was so sluggish. The plot dragged. The plot did drag. That's the best comment I've ever gotten. Matthew Bravo. That was my clap back. Let's see. Matthew Bravo. Great video and in-depth analysis. Now watch my review. That's probably what it was. I thought he was about to say, but no, that was that. Thank you, man. That was good. That was actually just left it at that. Thanks, bro. Thanks, Matthew Bravo. Thanks, man. Thank you. I like the picture you chose for your channel. What is that? A video game? What is that? You gotta let me know what that is. Jamie Gomez writes, in the end, she ends up serving him. Wouldn't his programming make him more of a servant? That was my question. Even the alien upgrade would have him as more of a host that would introduce the human to the rest of the other beings. And then somebody, Afro, chimes in on that one, of course. In the end, all the heads would meet up and figure out they accidentally melted their homeworlds, making them exceptional candidates. Okay. All right. Thanks for that clap back. Let's see. I'm gonna clap back. Why am I saying clap back? Cosign. Thanks for that cosign. Clap back. Who am I? You from that news channel? That cosign. Dominique Joseph. Seems like in the beginning, God created. No, Artie was studying Mac. I always thought of aliens as being little green beings or more like the Greys. The Greys creep me out, man. I feel like those things are real, but who knows? Never thought of aliens as being machines. That would make the most sense. We send satellites all the time, and look how dumb we are. An advanced species, of course. That's how they would send probes first. They're like, we ain't going down there. They don't know if they can breathe our atmosphere. They don't know if our disease. We got so many diseases here, they wouldn't even survive. Watch the movie The Explorers. They really, even though it was a kid's movie, they broke it down. Germs that cause bad breath, gingivitis, diarrhea. I don't know. We're survivors. We told how to survive from the old man in the cave. The end that ended up being a computer. I know what movie you're talking about. That time travel movie, right? No, that hologram. No, time machine. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Dominique Joseph, let me know what you were talking about there, bro. NANA writes, terrible movie. Is that okay? Did I say anything? I said I give you credit for at least getting the AI stuff about space exploration right. Um, Tamar Darwish writes, anyone have a possible idea what lights they used in the robot eyes? I know it's mirrors, but what lights? Can anybody answer his damn question? Because I don't have the answer, bro. Sorry, Tamar. I wish I could. I wish I could tell you. LED. Bob Belson. My boy Bob, man, you are killing this chat. He writes another one. This was a great movie. Usually the B science sci-fi flicks I get through a package are somewhat second rate. This one was deep, well acted, and conveyed true feelings of the bleakness of Mars and alien landscapes. I think you said that before in another one, but he just wanted to let me reiterate. And the final comment had a couple of responses to it. Just me, my fault. Just my from Solo Moncane. Hey, dude, I'm white, not female, and I use washcloths. In fact, here they are sometimes called flannels. Cool guy. Anyway, thanks for the nice review. For y'all who don't know what the hell that, if you watched my whole review, you would know the joke I made based on my fiance and all the different people that I've ever dated throughout my life, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Lebanese, Native American, but I said I made a comment, a joke from the Chappelle Show thing about just so if you didn't watch it, go back and watch the video and you'll see what I'm talking about. But that's why he's talking about the whole thing with washcloths. I still stick by it because it's just that's more. I know there's a lot of people who do, but there's even if it's only 3% that don't, that number to me is still too high. So that's just me, man. That's just how I see it. Because there's a lot of why you get the towel, you get the soap, it gets all even a loofah. Come on, you get it all. Come on, got to get in there. There's crevices. All right, guys, that'll do it, man. That's it. That was the last one, man. I mean, you guys really chimed in on this movie. Like I said, I mean, maybe it wasn't the greatest movie, maybe it wasn't the best sci-fi movie, but hey, it got you guys to watch. It got you guys to keep talking about it. 6 months, it's about to be, in June, it'll be a year, and people were talking about this thing heavily, like 6 months after it came out. Like I said, I was late to the game on this movie, and you guys were like all over it. Not only because there wasn't that much out there as far as reviews on it, but the fact that it whether it was a negative or positive or a neutral reaction, whether you overwhelmed, underwhelmed, or just whelmed, name that movie. Were you just whelmed? It got you thinking, and it got you talking about this. And I think overall, that's a success for Netflix. Will Netflix make a sequel to this? No. Will they make another one kind of like it that'll get you guys talking? They probably did already. Bird Box. Like I said, this is a sequel to Bird Box. The Reckoning. This is us getting back at them. It's clapback time. Right? So, thank you guys for I appreciate your comments. Thank you for all your cosigns on the other comments and things like that. I'm about to hit you all up on these comments again and let you know once this video uploads and let you guys know where you can find it. Hey, like I said, look, if you want to send me an email or anything like that, you want me to definitely respond to it, you can do it on my channel on the regular, at T3 Medias on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, it doesn't matter. But if you want me to definitely respond, send me an email, mail@t3medias.com. Use the hashtag WGYM. That's not what Miss Jim, that is We Got Your Mail. And I will respond. Oh, and look, appreciate you guys. And I want to thank you once again for all these cosigns, all these comments, and just let's just keep talking, guys, because this was actually a lot of fun. I want to do it again. Well, I guess that's it, man. So next time, guys. Peace. Whoa, hey, I almost forgot. Am I even wearing the same clothes? Doesn't even matter. Movie magic. Thanks for watching the video all the way to the end. Hit the like button, share with as many people as you can. Please become a subscriber and hit the bell for notification of the next video. You want information on how to send me a message and be on We Got Your Mail? That information is coming up right now. Check this out.